Want a shot at the title. I'm in my knuckleball prime. My dogs are tired, but they still got fight. I won't hang it out, boys. Not this time. I'm hitting all the corners, gonna shed some light. When she hits that note, boys, it's all done. I'm gonna win this one. Oh, here I come.
DJ,
What up?
this is, if you're tuning in, this is the initial episode number 1 of Knuckleball Primetime.
Prime time, baby.
So this has kind of been in the works a little bit. We knew we wanted to do something specifically just me and you. So we're going to be the main host on this, but we're going to cover all sports.
Awesome.
And then depending on the topic, we're going to revolve the third guest in and out. But we're going to talk all sports. We're going to talk professional sports, college, and even some local at the local level.
100%. This was a show we wanted to bring on. It was just, I just feel like if anybody knows when the guys get together, the sports talk just warms everything up. Me and Chad just getting vibes from our first pod and just becoming brothers now. We just knew we had to get this going of getting just the sports talk.
And sports is going to come up a lot, right?
lot,
I mean,
yeah.
It comes up when we're in the barn. It comes up when we're putting out almost anything.
For sure.
But this is going to be just sports talk. So this is our sports podcast. This is episode number 1. If you're listening to this, we appreciate you tuning in. We also appreciate all your love and support that we've been feeling lately on Swerving Podcast,
Yep.
on The Barn, on Vulgar Display of Podcast, on
Everything.
Girl Dad, and then recently the Birds and Swords out of Milwaukee.
The signing. That's like a little free agent signing.
New free agent signing. Again, we keep talking about the summer. We keep talking about the springtime, but this is all preseason leading up to that. But we wanted to get this one out here and let you guys know that we're doing some sports talk. We're sports fans. I don't want to talk for you, but I've been a sports fan all my life. I'm sure you have as
I'm
well.
a sports fan. March Madness this week and be heavy up in the Illinois and all that. So you know how Swerve rolls and you know how Chad rolls. So baseball talk from him, golf talk together, football talk. We'll be hitting it all.
And I will say, again, I don't want to talk for you, but I know we talk about golf a lot. And we talk about UFC a lot.
A lot.
And those are two of my
That's the two we swim in together, and especially with the NFL too. So
NFL. I love football all day.
fantasy, we'll get it. It's gonna be the home for the sports, man. I feel it. Knuckleball prime time, baby. Make sure you tune in and just get the likes and all that, and small shares, all that stuff matters. So, like I said, the more that grows, the more we get the power of recording stuff and getting these different shows, and so it's gonna be a good thing, man. I'm excited to be here.
So it's another one that we're adding to the roster, another member of the team.
Let's start it off. Talk a little baseball. MLB agreed.
Good.
I'm glad. I'm happy.
Yeah. I didn't want to see us get too deep because I felt like we were starting to push it a little bit to where it almost like
Late start of the season.
I thought it was going to get to the point where they were going to cancel it.
The whole season? Damn. It's crazy.
And we've mentioned this before, I think, on the barn that we're in that St. Louis area. So we're a baseball.
We need some Cardinals baseball.
We got to have some baseball, right?
We do, man.
I could not have been more happy when they announced that. I was a little shocked and surprised. I thought it was going to take. I thought it was getting. It didn't look good for a while. I will say that
It wasn't looking good. Well, they had like 3 declines. So, yeah, it wasn't looking good for a while. But I'm just glad baseball's back. Give us some claps. Baseball's on the way. Besides the Cardinals, you got a team you're excited for?
baseball.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if this is the right thing to say. I like the Royals.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, just because
Coleman's on there, too.
me and my family, we go to Kansas City a lot, and I feel like that's like almost like my second hometown. So I root for the Royals, and, we don't have much of a rivalry with them. I know there's like this interstate thing, but they're not a rival of ours, like a Chicago team or something.
Yeah, I feel like people would take away more from that if you said Chicago or something. But other than that, yeah, what's that, Shohei? I want to see how he plays this year, too. He was exciting, man.
He's a phenom, man. He is on another level.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy to see. The pitcher, like, he's bringing the pitching game to a different level. Like, don't let people say you can't hit the ball and stuff. So that Shohei Ohtani.
So my buddy, I don't think you've met him yet, Chuck. He got in on some crazy odds. He picked him to be MVP before the season started last year, and it was like one of those $5 bets that was like
for like a lot.
$300-$400 payout. That was like maybe even one of $5. It was like $3 bet or something. Just kind of threw it out.
It was
there.
early, yeah.
And because I don't think not many people saw that coming, you know, for him to be MVP. So he caught a good one there. I will say this: my other team is the Orioles, which there's a flag hanging up right there. It's actually signed by Cal Ripken Jr. Got to meet him one year, but they're not so hot lately. You know, they're not so good. But when I was growing up, I loved watching Cal Ripken. You know, he was just a grinder. If I had to pick 3 teams, Cardinals definitely head and shoulders above anything else. But I do like the Royals and I do like the Orioles.
Cardinals just give me hope every year. They just give hope to the city. So let's get some Cardinal wins this year, man.
I agree. No matter what happens in the offseason, it always feels like we have a chance. We never feel so far like, oh, this year we're going to suck. Now,
especially Yachty's last year, too.
Yes. And with the DH and with everybody talking about bringing Pujols back, you would hope it'd be a magical season. I don't know. Looking back,
did they agree on the DH? Is that a change? We got it now?
Yes.
Oh, dude, that's going to be good for the Cardinals, man. Yeah.
With the DH thing, I never understood one way or the other. It needs to be one way or the other. I can't believe that there's still a sport where the rules for this part of this league has a different rule from the other part. That's crazy to me.
It's crazy. And then because NBA don't have that, the East got these rules, but the West got that rules.
Right.
So I definitely agree with you there.
That was my whole thing about it. You know, there was this whole DH argument for years and years and years. You know, I didn't have a feeling one way or the other than consistency on both sides. Like whatever we decide, it needs to be both sides.
Yeah.
You know, whether we have it or not, it needs to be the same thing for both.
Because that was affecting where, you know, big time hitters were going and stuff too. You know, they wouldn't go probably to that division because they possibly weren't good in the field and could just DH. Yeah. So I'm just glad it's there because a lot of stuff can happen in the future. And
it definitely extends careers. You know, Pujols is towards the end of his career, if not at the end of his career. But, you know, how cool would it be as a Cardinal fan and growing up watching all the magic that was those times when Pujols played for the Cardinals? How cool would it be to see him in a Cardinals uniform again, taking an at-bat?
I think he's a very capable DH hitter.
Baseball's back. We're excited about it.
I'm excited. College baseball's lit. That's exciting. It's like fast paced and a lot of hits.
You know, there was a lot of people talking when the lockout, they were thinking the season was going to get canceled. Everybody was like, well, maybe people will start paying more attention to college baseball because there's not professional baseball. You know?
Yeah, I can see that.
So
that would have been good for them.
I think so too, and I think it would have brought more eyes to college baseball. But again, glad that MLB's back
for sure.
All right, let's go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk some golf.
Yes, sir. I'm with that. It was a great tournament this weekend.
You played today.
I played Monday last week, Tuesday, Wednesday. I played every day last week before it snowed, and I played Monday.
Dang.
And I played Sunday.
When we come back after this break, we're going to talk about it.
Golf. This video is brought to you by The Wellness Investors. Visit thewellnessinvestors.com and start enhancing your life one sector at a time.
Hey, this is Chad from The Barn, and this video is brought to you by Reynolds Landscaping and Lawn Care. Contact Shane Reynolds at 573-516-2387 today for a free bid and to schedule your projects. Retaining walls, paving stone patios and walkways, fire pits, mulch, rock, flower beds, install drains, cutting yards, and more. Contact Shane Reynolds at Reynolds Landscaping and Lawn Care at 573-516-2387 for a free bid and to schedule your projects. Welcome back, DJ.
What's up, baby?
Welcome to the first episode of Knuckleball Prime Time. We're in the house, me, you. We're going to have a fill-in guest to talk for that third host, and it's going to be a little bit of everybody. We're going to cover all sports, and we're going to get that content out there and talk a little bit of everything. But
we had the TPC Sawgrass, the Players Championship at the Players Stadium course. So if you don't know that, That is one of the most famous courses out there. Hole 17 and 18 is atrocious.
I watched yesterday, and I didn't get to see any. So we're recording this on Monday the 14th. So the tournament got moved back because of weather.
It rained Friday and Saturday there, so they had to play. They played 2 rounds of 18 twice yesterday, and then championship today. So that's a lot of golf.
Yeah, it is. So I watched basically the third round yesterday, and I saw, and I forget who it was, but they say that hole 17, it's only 125 yards, which to us amateur golfers maybe sounds like
sandwich.
Maybe sounds like a lot, or maybe it sounds tough to get into just a little island green, like they call it. But as professional golfers, that's nothing to them. But I saw a guy go straight into the water yesterday, wasn't even close, and they say it's just so much attention on you, and it's one of the hardest holes in golf.
And they said, like, it's crazy to say that these professionals say the drop zone's hard too.
Yeah, you're still not over the water.
No,
you still have to clear the water.
So I wondered, like, my thing is, like, as a golfer too, like, I was at hole 1 at Hurryville today too, and the wind was blowing just like similar to there. So, like you said, that hole's like 125. But do you think they count that extra 30 because of the water, and might club up or?
So I have been lucky enough to go to some tournaments, and it's crazy how they'll have yard markers on even the tee box, and they are so specific even to the yard of what they know, how to hit it, what percentage they're going to hit it from. Me and you, we might play, we'd be like, okay, that's a 125-yard shot, but that might vary. Our 125 might vary 10 to 15 yards one way or the other.
Yeah, because we're easier to balance 50 and 100 rather than between that 70 to 80 range like they are.
They're so specific that 1 yard off could really mess up their hole or their score, right? And that score, that one hole or that one shot on their score might be not $1 million, but several $1,000s. So they're very specific about exactly how many yards. But again, just seeing how many players hit into the water on that one is crazy, knowing how good these guys actually are.
Brooks Koepka, Xander Schauffele, and Scotty Scheffler all went water back to back to back, all playing together. I was like, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
And then they go 10+ handicap, hole 17. He said, what would they score? He said, they'd probably go through their whole bag of balls.
No kidding.
He said they probably would.
Dang.
Just trying to figure out what to use and stuff. I believe it.
You see it. Like you're saying, those are some of the top dudes in the game going back to back to back in the water.
But it's just crazy. Like we were talking about, Rory and all these guys not making cut. I mean, but all these guys not performing, and they're performing all right. But these guys are at the top of the leaderboard, and that one shot can take them way down. And JT didn't bogey on Saturday. But, you got these other guys shooting awesome and stuff, and that one hole, them 2 holes is just a lot in golf.
Yes, it is.
I got the payouts right here. It was a great tournament. Cameron Smith, this is the second win of 2022, I think. He's on a roll.
Dude's underrated, man.
Shot under 13. He got paid $3.6 million. Lahiri.
Yeah.
He took second, $2.2 million. And Casey took third, $1.4 million. 13 under, 12 under, and 11 under back to back.
And there was a little bit of drama with Paul Casey and the ball being stuck in a divot, right?
Yeah, they said that they cleared it. They didn't let him
take relief
or declare it unplayable. And
Paul Casey's another one where he's consistently, I don't remember him winning a lot, but he's consistently like top 10 guy. But he's so unassuming, like he doesn't have a large personality, he doesn't have a recognizable kind of look to him.
Mm-hmm.
Where like
Rory,
you see Rory and it's Rory.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like Cam Smith has the mullet and the mustache, like he's got features that stand out. Where Paul Casey just looks like the most boring dude you've ever seen in your life, but he can consistently top 10.
No, 100%.
So many guys like that.
No, 100%. And there are so many guys like that, and you would expect Roy and be up there, but I haven't been seeing these guys top 10 in 4 tournaments.
Definitely Rory, for sure.
I don't know what he's in. I think it's just a hate game.
And you know how golf is, man. You go through those funks.
I'm in a funk right now in my swing. I thought I was dialed in. Now I got this draw on my shot, and now I'm just trying to fix it. It's so hard, man. So I can't imagine what them guys go through. Then not making the cut and stuff, I can't imagine how much they are in their head. What do we got coming up next tournament-wise? Let me see. Did you look it up? I got it right.
Valspar, I think. Valspar might have some of the top dudes in it, but we are coming up on
Oh, yeah, Valspar Championship.
next month to be Masters.
Defending champion was Sam Burns. I like Burns a lot.
Burns another one.
He's dialed in.
Really good that a lot of people don't you don't hear a lot of people talk about him unless you follow golf pretty closely.
Yep. He's just really starting to get going. But he's dialed in. Like, his irons are really dialed in and stuff. I like him, and I like Victor Hovland a lot.
Hovland's stroking it well.
Stroking it really well. And he's up there being consistent, top 10 and stuff. So it's good to see them guys.
Did you say you had Morikawa this past tournament? Did you?
No, I had Xander. Oh, yeah, I did have Morikawa outright winner. He didn't play too well. And then I took Xander Schauffele, leader of the second round. And then, yeah, that weather just took a toll on them guys. You think as a golfer, when it starts raining like that, you got the Thomases and Morikawas and Roys. They're just like, man, I don't even care no more.
Maybe.
You're sitting around 8 hours and stuff. They're probably just trying to get home.
Right? It's their job. You know what I mean? If you go to your job, it's like, hopefully you're passionate about it. Hopefully it means something to you and you want to put the good work in. But at the end of the day, it's really their job.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's some of that element there. Like, man, I just like to be home right now.
No, I feel that too. Come back they got, 20 more tournaments?
Yeah, and they're multi-millionaires. So what's that extra?
Give me your early Augusta winner.
I would bet that DeChambeau is probably up there because he hits it so damn far. He has the ability to hit it so damn far, but he's a head case too.
Yep.
Where if things fall apart for him, they fall way the fuck apart. So if I had to guess, I would say probably DeChambeau's going to be the top pick on as far as odds go. Who I actually think might win.
You don't think Ron would be up there?
I do. And actually, I think I'm going to pick him.
Ron?
I'm going to Ron.
Yeah, he's due.
He's
I like
a
Ron.
stud. Morikawa, too.
Dustin Johnson.
Yeah, he won a couple years ago.
It's tough. It's an open field, man. Golf has a lot of good players.
Yeah.
That Adam Scott, he is the best swing in golf.
Pretty. That thing's pretty.
That thing is nice.
Yeah. Imagine if you had that out at Hurryville. You'd have all the girls on you.
Oof. Or at Crown. Jeez. You'd be dialed in, man.
All right. This is the Knuckleball Prime. We're talking a little bit of golf. When we come back after this, we got to talk a little UFC before we get
we're
out
going to
of
talk about that. Yeah, for sure. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Daryl Buchanan. Most know me as DJ. Swerving Podcast on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. Check in every Sunday for the episodes. I got a new podcast called the Big Hungry and Swerve Movie Podcast. I'll be every Wednesday on the same platform. Be sure to check that out. Also got a detailing business. Be sure to check that out. Swerve Auto Detail on Facebook, Instagram. My phone number is 573-327-1473. I run rates at $125 for a full inside and out detail. Have a summer package, you can get you 5 cleans for $225. Like I said, that's Swerve Auto Details on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm your boy, Swerving Podcast, baby.
Welcome back to the first episode of Knuckleball Primetime. Me and DJ here, just us tonight. We thought the first one would be just me and you, brother.
Oh, yeah, got to have that way. Get the people what we talk about, what sports, golf, UFC. Got some good cards coming up.
We do. We have one coming up, UFC 273, April 9th. Do you have that pulled up, with the roster on that one?
I do got it pulled up. The main card will be Volkanoski versus the Korean Zombie. We got the underdog Korean Zombie at plus 340 right now.
Plus 340.
Volkanoski just fights well. He's minus 440. He fights well, fights clean. He's not going to get knocked out. But Korean Zombie, he's tough.
He's fun to watch. You got to give him that. They call him a zombie for a reason. He will just come straight at you. One of the best fights I ever saw was he was actually winning. The dude did a back elbow at the very last second. I forget who it was.
Was it Ortega?
No.
He lost that fight.
No.
Korean Zombie's last 3 fights are Ortega, and Egger. Rodriguez, he lost that one.
Yeah, you're right, Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
So Korean Zombie was winning that fight. I was watching it, winning it for sure. Last second, they got some kind of weird lock going. Yair backward elbow to his face, knocked him out in the last that
was a great fight. I remember that. That was one of the top knockouts. Yair's that Yair Max Holloway fight is probably the fight of the year last year.
Yeah, that was a good one.
100%.
So I do think Volk gets that one, but I do love to watch. I will love watching that one. I'm sure that's going to be a
Volkanoski's
banger.
lost one time.
Is that right?
Yes.
So he's like 20-something and
23-1.
Jeez.
That's a
Stud.
clean fighter. Clean. I think he goes the distance, but I think Volkanoski wins decision. I don't think he don't look for knockouts. He does he just if he gets them, he gets them, but he's not searching. He's
Yeah.
just a clean fighter.
That's a good way of putting it. Clean. He'll wear you down. He'll wear you
100%.
down, and you go 5 rounds, and Zombie's going to come at you.
It'll be a good fight though. Good card to buy.
Yeah, I like
Next
that
fight,
one.
we got that match 2 before that main card. We got Aljamain Sterling. He's been ducking my man. Peter Yan. Peter Yan. In an illegal knee drop to the head.
Dude.
What was that? Was it a knee or elbow?
I can't remember, but it was soft as.
It was soft. I
man.
understand where Peter Yan was coming from. Like, you're just whooping someone's ass. You're just like it's just instinct. But Aljamain was being soft after that. He's been ducking like 2 to 3 fights. Peter Yan came back. Who did he fight? Right here.
I watched it.
Sandhagen. Great fight.
Yes.
That was an awesome fight. He
Banger.
fought, dude. If he fights anything like that, Aljamain will not get out of 3 rounds.
I got Jan in that one for sure. That one's been such a
Jan is just gonna
story
come out-
behind it.
Jan's gonna come out hungry.
He's a tough dude, man. I like both those fights. The rest of it, I'm looking at it now. The rest of it's not great. They do have Gastelum on that fight or on that
Yeah,
card.
I seen that.
So that's Saturday, April 9th. I'm putting some money on that. My money's going to Volk and Peter Yan for sure. Those are
100%.
locks for me.
Yeah, good underdog rides on that one. They're both hungry for a win, I think. So I like that a lot. Dana, I think my fight of the night will be that Peter Yan fight though. That's gonna be a scrap.
That's gonna be a banger.
It's gonna be a scrap.
We're gonna watch it here.
I think we might do a live pod over it or something.
Yeah.
Get McVay in on the action.
Yep.
Think it'll be good. But yeah, man, it's knuckle time, prime time. We're just getting rolling. Got some sports warming up. Got the March Madness coming in. You know, I'll be up betting this week. Just keep in touch with you guys want to tune in too. We got some NBA. We're gonna be watching that some more too. Like I said, we got some golf tournaments coming up. Me and Chad are gonna be dialing in, watching that more.
And we're gonna go to some.
Do that more. We golf ourselves. You know, you ever got some golf questions and stuff? We'll get that going. Might get a golf vlogs when we go golf. You know, definitely vlog some when we go to tournaments and stuff. And just stay on the tune, man. We're tuning up. The barn's tuning up. Vulgar Display podcast, Swerving podcast, all that stuff. You know, so things are coming along, man.
It's the first episode of Knuckleball Prime Time. You're listening to Chad and DJ from the barn. We're live at the barn. Thanks for tuning in to Knuckleball Prime Time.
Yes, sir. We
DJ,
out.
We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.
Want a shot at the title? I'm in my knuckleball prime. My dogs are tired, but they still got fight. I won't hang it out, boys. Not this time. I'm hitting all the corners, gonna shed some light. When she hits that note, boys, it's all done.